Have you ever found yourself tired of scrolling for hours, eating food you said you wouldn't, or going back to a habit you promised you'd quit? You swore you'd quit it, and you decided this is the last time. But after 14 days, 7 days, 5 days, even 3 days, you're right back to the exact thing you swore you'd stop. This doesn't happen because you're weak. It happens because you don't understand your human nature. And the clearest map of human nature wasn't written by a scientist. It was written over 140 years ago by a Russian novelist. See, Fyodor Dostoevsky hid the deepest truths about human nature inside a story about three brothers. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Today, we're going to understand what human nature actually is, why it determines whether you stick to a habit or not, and which of the three nature types you are. Because once you understand your type, breaking a bad habit stops feeling impossible. But first, let's go back to the story. Real quick, if this is your first time here, my name is OJ, and everything on this channel is about becoming a better man, physically, spiritually, and mentally, from a philosophical and Christian point of view. If that resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe. It helps grow our community and tells YouTube to show these videos to more guys like us who are trying to become the best version of ourselves. It also encourages me and the team to keep making these videos. This year, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I hope you'll be one of them. Now let's get back to the video. Point 1. The foundations of human nature. Understanding this is the first step to breaking that bad habit for good. See, Dostoevsky was a Russian novelist obsessed with one question. Why do human beings destroy themselves? On the surface, The Brothers Karamazov is about a father and his three sons tangled in a betrayal, conflict, and ultimately murder. The father, Fyodor Karamazov, is impulsive, selfish, indulgent, ruled by appetite. He lives for pleasure, he never disciplines himself, he never reflects, he never restrains, and he becomes a slave to his own nature. Now here's the key. All three sons inherit that same blood, that same chaotic nature, but each one represents something different, and they all respond differently. That's the entire thesis of the novel. The core idea: you were born with a nature you didn't choose. Temperament, emotional intensity, intellectual wiring, spiritual leanings. That nature is the engine behind everything you do, including your habits. Most people try to fight the habit itself, but they never examine the engine driving it, so they keep failing. Dostoevsky's argument is simple, but it's uncomfortable. Human nature isn't good or bad, it just is. Ignoring it is what destroys you. Look at the father. He never examined himself, so his impulses ruled him. Your habits are not random. They are expressions of your nature. That's why the same advice works for one person, and it doesn't automatically translate to the other, because they are different nature types, and they need different strategies to deal with their issues. See, there are three dominant nature types in the story, represented by the three brothers. We, all of us, are usually dominantly one of them, and knowing which one changes everything. Point 2. The three nature types. These three brothers grew up in the same house, same father, same chaos, but they turned out completely different. Dostoevsky did that on purpose. You see, it's not just about upbringing, it's not just about environment. Milieu plays a part in it, but that's not everything. It's not even just experience, it's nature. Two people can try the exact same method to quit the exact same habit. One would succeed, the other would fail. It's not motivation, and yes, that there is a case for that to be made. It's not just willpower, it's alignment. When you try to break a habit using a strategy that doesn't match your nature, you will lose. Not because you're weak, but because you're fighting yourself. So let's meet the three types. Nature type 1, Dmitri, the passionate one. See, Dmitri is the eldest son. He's driven by emotion, desire, impulse. He feels everything deeply. When he loves intensely. When he's angry, he explodes. When he commits fully. His nature is powerful, but it's uncontrolled. Nature type 2, Ivan, the thinker. Ivan is driven by logic and ideas. He lives in his head. He questions everything, overthinks everything. He is sharp, intelligent, rational, but emotionally distant. Nature type 3, Alyosha, the believer. Alyosha is driven by faith, connection, and purpose. He is calm, grounded, guided by something bigger than himself. His nature is stable, but he can be taken advantage of. If you've ever gone all in on something, felt unstoppable for a few days, then crashed overnight, this next section might be about you. Meet Dmitri. Point 3. The Dmitri nature type. Dmitri is the most alive person in the room. He feels everything at full volume. When he's excited, nobody's more committed, nobody more fired up, but he doesn't run on discipline. He runs on emotion, vibes, and emotions change. That's why the Dimitri type can quit a bad habit for a week and feel reborn. But the moment boredom hits, the moment he's stuck by ennui or stress hits, the habit comes back. Hard. It's not weakness. It's building permanence on something temporary, feeling. How Dimitri breaks habits? He needs to stop relying on motivation. He needs to build systems that work when emotion dies. See, short, intense bursts work better than slow, long routines. It's this idea of making the habits exciting enough to hold your attention and trying to use accountability and competition because they generate emotion on demand. Dimitri must harness the fire, not be ruled by it. But maybe you're not emotional. Maybe you've researched every habit strategy on YouTube. Hence you're here. You've watched every video. You've built the perfect plan and never started. Meet Ivan. Point 4. The Ivan nature type. Ivan is the smartest brother in the room. He reads everything, understands everything, questions everything, but he doesn't trust emotion. He stays in his head, and so he doesn't do anything. See, habits are not built in your head. They're built in action. Ivan knows sugar is bad, knows the science of exercise, knows the psychology of addiction, and still doesn't act. Because thinking feels like progress. Sometimes it could be that thinking actually stops him from progressing because he sees all the challenges, but it just leads to elegant procrastination. Ivan doesn't have a knowledge problem, he has a starting problem. For Ivan, once you make a plan, act within 24 hours, no more research. It's about acting, simplicity, transition to that. One habit, one rule, one first step. Pick a good enough method and start today. Use logic-based tools. Those seem to align with you more. Trackers, streaks, data. Use private accountability, a journal, or one trusted person. When you feel the urge to research more, treat it as a signal to act. That's how you deal with Ivan. Ivan must move from analysis to execution. So Dimitri, he burns hot. Ivan thinks deeply, but maybe you're neither. Maybe you just care deeply. Meet Ehi-Okose. Point 5. The Ehi-Okose nature type. Ehi-Okose is calm in chaos. He listens, he shows up, he lives for others. That's his strength, and ultimately it's also his trap. Because when your identity is built on serving others, your own needs come last. So you stop building for yourself. Not because you don't want to change, but because it feels selfish. For Ehi-Okose, habits tied to other people thrive. Habits done just for me feel empty. That's the engine. Meaning, connection, purpose. See, for Ehi-Okose, he needs to tie the habit to something bigger. Not I want to get fit, but I want to stay strong for the people I love. There has to be something higher than himself. Build habits with one other person. Community for him fuels consistency. And I need to say this, guys. Protecting your habits is not selfish. It protects your ability to serve. Treat your own commitments the way you treat promises to others, as non-negotiable. Watch for the moment you start sacrificing your progress to rescue someone else. Stop it early. Ehi-Okose must learn that self-care is stewardship, not selfishness. Once you understand your human nature, breaking bad habits becomes easier, because now you're not fighting yourself, you're working within your wiring. But here's the final truth. When you remove a bad habit, you must replace it, or you slide back into the same cycle. That's why I made a video on 7 habits every man should build before he turns 30. Click the video on your screen to watch it now. If this video resonated with you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And that's all for today, guys. Peace, love, and light.